What about the change in the role of women in society?
Oh, wow. When I first got married, women had a role that was very well defined. Just getting married was well defined. You went to college and you got married, and if you didn't find a husband, you worked until you found one and got married, and then you had children. And it wasn't like, do I want to? It was just what you did. I mean, there was no. It didn't bother me because it seemed like it was okay to do that, but there was no choice. And so women, pretty much, my friends all did the same thing I did. They got married, they had children, took care of their children, and I don't think any of my friends worked at that time. They may have worked later on, but not when the children were little. And so you went over, they didn't call it play dates in those days. I remember I'd go over to Noreen's house when I lived in White Plains and she lived in Scarsdale, and bring whatever children were available and go over there and they'd play or not play together, and we'd talk. And everybody was doing pretty much the same thing, so they were around. But women had their play. Men went off to work, women took care of the children in the house, and fathers were not very involved with their kids. They weren't expected to be. It wasn't that they were bad, that wasn't an expectation of men. They were supposed to go off and work and earn the money, and the women stayed home and took care of the kids. And it wasn't really until Betty Friedan came along with the feminine mystique, saying a lot of women were really unhappy in that role, and I thought, really? I didn't know that. I thought we were fine. But I guess there were a lot of women because she struck a nerve, and that was the beginning of feminism. But I remember that when you got a credit card at Lord & Taylor's or Macy's or anywhere, it always said Mrs. Stanley Green, and it was like we didn't exist, we didn't count. And then when feminism came along, you got your one in your own name, and I remember changing them all over. I liked that. I thought, I hadn't noticed it before because that's the way it was, but when I heard that, I thought, yeah, how about me? And I still get annoyed. Stan has been gone for almost 4 years, and I still get bills and things saying his name. And I think, what about me? I write every check. The checks only have my name on it now, and they're still answering to Stanley. And I can be really rude when people call and ask to speak to Stanley. I say, well, he's been dead for over 3 years, so you'll probably have a problem. And I hang up.